Welcome back to Coffee Break Blogging, where we're going to continue on our series to creating and growing a profitable blog-based information business online. That last episode was a lot of fun to record because A, it's a cool topic, but B, I got a little weird there. Here's the thing. I'm trying to do these episodes in one take. It makes for faster production. It's also a little bit more natural for me. So if there's a screw up in these things, I'm probably not going to go back and edit it right away. And that's kind of what happened with that last episode. But anyway, I thought it came out okay considering. Anyway, we're going to go forward here talking a little bit more about testing our business idea. Now, in episode 40, we talked about the lean canvas and how to use it to verify a business idea and not waste a heck of a lot of time going down a path all that far when it may not have had legs to begin with, or possibly you need to make some adjustments there to make it truly a profitable idea. But we left that episode with this idea of how are you going to test out these ideas when you do not yet have a blog audience to go to. It's definitely a limitation when you're first starting out and you don't have an existing audience that you can go to and ask them for feedback or test out an idea or test out response. The thing is, with the internet being what it is today, we don't need to have our own audiences already in place in order to do many of these same things. Now, I will back up just a little bit by saying you can do some of that testing that we talked about in the prior episode by going on and talking to people and asking them questions. In fact, this is a really good thing to do, and I definitely recommend it, is to have actual conversations with people regarding the problems and the solutions and all those things that we put into the lean canvas in the last episode in the series here, because you can learn some of your best stuff through one-on-one conversation. One time I actually did some work with my audience. This has probably been about 2 years ago now, where I actually invited like 10 of my best customers onto the phone and actually had a one-on-one conversation with them. And it was not a paid consultation or anything like that. I did it mainly because I wanted to learn what is going on and hear it in their own words and hear the voice inflection and everything. So I only say that to say that there's a lot of really valuable information and also information that will apply directly to the types of solutions and positioning that you put on your blog and the products that you're going to create by talking to people one-on-one. But let's back up again to talk about this idea of how are we going to test something on a little bit of a larger scale than one-to-one when you don't yet have a blog audience in place. So one of the ways that you can do this is by setting up a simple squeeze page, a simple landing page. Now, a squeeze page, if you're not familiar with that terminology, is just a page which is designed to get somebody to opt into an email list. And that is the single purpose of that page. It's generally going to be a headline, possibly a video, maybe a little bit of text, and then an opt-in. And that's it. There's no sidebars, no fancy stuff to get in the way. It's just an opt-in page. It's pretty much all this is. Now, what you can do is set up an opt-in offer on a squeeze page, which is very single purpose. And then what you can do is go out onto areas like Facebook and actually engage in some paid traffic to send people that would be targeted to that to this squeeze page. So that's the simple idea here. Now, what are you going to put on that squeeze page? You could put a lead magnet of some kind. This would be the idea of giving something away for free in order to get them to opt in. But the thing is, what we really want to test here is a business idea. We really want to find out if there's legs here in terms of it being actually profitable. So here is what you can actually do to take this a step further. You can actually put an offer out there. What gets to the point better than actually making an offer? Now, in this case, it is a pre-sale. The product will not be created yet. I do not recommend that you go out and create a product before you even know if anybody wants to buy it. You want to gauge it out first. So what I would actually recommend that you do is put an offer out there for a product that you might make for this particular market that you're looking to serve, that it directly addresses the problems that you put on your lean canvas with the solution that you're looking to offer to them, with the unique value proposition, the whole thing that we talked about on lean canvas. Create a mock offer, but it's going to be real because you're actually going to collect money on it, and it could be very cheap. It doesn't really matter what it is. The whole idea is you want to get them to raise their hands and potentially make their first sale with you. Now, why go to that extent? Well, here's the thing. People can say they're interested all they want, but the only real test of interest is whether they'll pull out their wallet. Now, it doesn't matter if it's $1. The actual action of pulling out their wallet and even paying just $1 goes to show that they actually are interested in that solution. And you want to give them something of value. Don't make it a total waste of time. Or you could even have the offer in such that it's kind of like almost like a Kickstarter thing. I don't recommend you do it on Kickstarter, but be very upfront in saying, I have not created this thing yet, but I'm looking for people to see if this is something that you would be interested in. So if you buy now for whatever price point you think is fair, you're going to get this, this, and this, and I will be in direct communication with you, and we will get exactly the right thing that you need, and we'll do it on some timeline. I mean, however you want to do it. You can go look at some of the people raising funds for things on Kickstarter to get ideas, but you apply that to your information offer that you're doing here, and you create this offer page. You could use a video, it could be text only. I'm not going to get into landing page mechanics all that much at this point, but you can actually test that offer by running paid traffic via Twitter, via Facebook, via a lot of social media sites. The thing I like about advertising on social media sites is the fact that you can directly target their interest. So you can go to those customer segments that you put on your lean canvas, and you can really directly target them by targeting their interest, targeting the pages that they may have liked because they're interested in this thing, and put your offer right in front of them and see if it bites, see if it converts, and set a metric for it. Say, well, if this idea has any legs, I should be able to get at least, I don't know, off the top of my head, 10 people to take me up on this thing. So you do it, you run it for a certain block of time. You want to send maybe a few hundred visitors into it, maybe I don't know, a couple hundred visitors into it, and see if you get 10 takes on whatever it is that you're doing. Now, if it's a free opt-in offer, you should expect a lot higher conversion rate than that. But if it's a paid thing, if you just look at what the average conversion rate might be on a sales letter, let's say it's like 2% or 3%. See if you can get a conversion rate like that. If you can do a little better than even that, then you might have some legs there, and you can say, okay, well, this thing might actually do it. You go in and create the thing. If it actually wins the hypothesis, wins the test, create the thing that they actually bought, because now they've actually bought it. It's going to serve as some motivation for you to actually create that thing. But it's also just proven to you that there's actually legs in that business idea. Then we can start moving forward into setting up the blog around it and things like that. But you've actually got not some passion-based blog that you're going to be looking to monetize the old-fashioned way down the road and probably have a difficult time with it. You've actually got now a tried and true business idea, and you've actually got some people that threw a little bit of money on the table, showing that they're actually interested in this. And you did it by going at them exactly with an offer first, not a blog post. It's definitely a different type of transaction. Okay, so that's the idea on how you can verify your business idea before you even have an existing audience in place. Oh, hey, by the way, probably should go without saying, definitely put these people onto an email list, because when you do set up that blog, that is going to be one hell of a starting point to announce your new blog too, when you have an email list. So here's a funnel that I would do off the top of my head. Run paid traffic to a squeeze page, give them some type of highly effective, high converting lead magnet. The lead magnet would be that thing that you're giving away to get them on your list. So at that point, you're going to have them all on your list. Now, after they've opted in, the very first thing they get should be that product. Now, this will not be a product that exists because you haven't yet created it. It's going to be a pre-sale, but literally have an offer there. Make it cheap enough to basically be an impulse buy, but you want them to have the opportunity to put a little money on the table and vote for the fact that, yes, I am interested in that. Now, so here's the thing. You can verify your business idea because they're actually going to put money on the table. But secondly, even the people who didn't put money on the table, they just opted in for a free thing, you're now putting them onto an email list that's targeted toward this business idea that you have. And look, when you go to start that blog, you're going to have an existing community of people to go to. Excuse me. Is it worth a little bit of money up front to pay Facebook and these guys to run a little bit of paid traffic to it? Absolutely, because look at what the value of that time that you would have wasted if you went and started up this whole business based on this little one-man idea that you had, that you thought, oh, this is going to be so awesome, but you were the only one that thought that. It would be better to spend $100 or $200 now to save yourself all that time and heartache and then allow yourself to pivot or move into a whole nother idea than to spend a few months working on something that doesn't really have any legs, okay? So that's the way that you should look at it. An investment into saving yourself a ton of time. And hey, if it does work, if everything looks like it's going to work out really well, great. You just got yourself one hell of a verified business idea, okay? All right, hopefully that was helpful to you. I will see you on episode 42 of Coffee Break Blogging, where we're going to be talking about a tool that I call the transformation map and how important this is to creating content down the road for you. Okay, I'll see you then.